Hi there folks, welcome to Dunsy's Guitar World. Welcome to another easy guitar lesson for some 80s metal. I'm still on the hunt to get some albums out there, some lessons out there where you can just put the album on and just jam along and it's dead easy. So today, one of the great, in my humble opinion, one of the greatest albums for just jamming along with. Every song only has a few sort of chord patterns, maybe 3 or 4 chords in each song. That album is, it came out in 1982 and it is One Vice at a Time by Krokus, not Krokus, as Dee Snider is known to say. Dee Snider is not a big fan of Krokus. He is on record saying that he's not a fan of Krokus. I think it goes all the way back to his wife made some clothes for him and didn't get the money. So I have no dog in this fight, so I don't know who's right. But I like both bands. I like Twisted Sister and I like Krokus. So Krokus, One Vice at a Time, comes out in 1982. A classic, arguably their most AC/DC sounding album. I have said that on other videos. I've done other Krokus tutorials and covers, which will probably be up there. One and then maybe another one. So yes, I have said that because this was co-produced by Tony Platt, who had worked with AC/DC. So yes, there is a big AC/DC influence. There is no doubt in that. But this is a great album, and all the songs are dead easy to play. Honestly, the songs are dead easy to play. Now, is this the best Krokus album in terms of songs and everything like that? I don't know. I mean, obviously, people will say Metal Rendezvous. You can't fault Metal Rendezvous for being a great album. But some of the songs in this are difficult-ish to play, not as easy as the songs on One Vice at a Time. And then we have, so that was 1980, and then 1981, we have Hardware. Classic heavy metal cover, really that. It's like a forging heavy metal. Celebration, Easy Rocker, Smelly Nelly. She's got everything, that's so fast, she's got everything. Brilliant. Rock City. What's my favourite Krokus song of all time? I don't know, I think it's still Fire. I mean, that was probably my favourite Krokus song way back in the day. And it's probably still my favourite Krokus song, the guitar solo by Tommy Kiefer. Brilliant, absolutely fantastic guitar solo. Anyway, so on to today's lesson. The whole premise of this is I am bringing you easy to play songs. This one is one of the easiest songs I have ever taught. There are 3 riffs, if you include the intro, which is 3 chords, and I think the other parts have only got like 3 chords as well. I'm not doing the solo, but the solo is not particularly difficult. It seems to just be in B. B and B. So here's my guitar lesson for Playing the Outlaw by Krokus from the album One Vice at a Time. Again, arguably you could say some of these riffs are very AC/DC like in nature, but I do hope you enjoy it. So let's look at the melody in the intro. It's very simple, it goes like this. So it's just on the D string and then the G string, so it starts at the 9th fret of the D. 9 to 11 to 12, back to 11, back to 9, back to 11, to 9, to 7, hammer back on, to 9. So it's only like 4 notes, and I'll play it very, very slowly. Then over to the 3rd string, start on the 7th, so it's 7, 9, 11, back down to 9, to 7, to 9, to 6, to 7. Again, only 4 notes, I will play it very slowly. So both parts together, go like this. Now underneath that, the rhythm guitar is just playing these major chords, just a B major bar chord at the 7th fret, down 2 to the A major, down 2 to the G major, and that's all it does. Over both parts. So once we finish that part, the one guitar goes to this, just plays the 5th fret of the bottom E string, that A note. Now I think they're playing through 100-watt Marshall heads, I'm just playing through a Kemper here, so it's very difficult to get that kind of sound, but it just stays like this. A lot of vibrato, and then a slide like this. Now it's a technical term, a slide like this. So I'm just sliding up my finger on the bottom string, just randomly up and down. So I'll play the lead part and then into that, and I'll show you in context. And then into the main riff, which is just about the whole song. Like I said, this is not a difficult song. There is one main sort of riff all the way through it. Brilliant, easy to play, just 3 chords. So let's work out what it is. So once you've done that big slide, it's a B bar chord, B power chord, D to E, back to D, back to B. And that's the whole of the main verse riff. So I'm just playing the B note, 2nd fret of the A string, and then holding my 3rd finger down on the 4th fret of the D and G strings. For the B chord, the D chord, 5th fret of the A string, 7th fret of the D and G, and the E chord is the 7th fret of the A and the 9th fret of the D and G. Now you could play the B chord here, just like we played before in the intro, just the 7th fret bar chord. I guess it's whatever's easier for you, whichever you feel most comfortable changing to the D and the E. Now it plays that around. Now the halfway through the verse, it doubles up on that. And then into just a sort of coming to a stop on an E chord before it goes to the chorus. So it's just down to an E, E5 chord, just the open E string. I just play the 2nd fret of the A, 2nd fret of the D, with some palm muting, palm muting, on the strings at the bridge. So I'll play that in context. Into the chorus. Now the chorus is just those same chords but in a different order. Get my camera to focus on my hand. So the chorus is this. That's the first part, it's just that B bar chord, over to the E bar chord and down to the D chord. Now the second part, I'll show you two ways of playing this. It's basically the E to an A to a G. Those two parts together. Now that's the easiest way of playing it. I believe what the guitarists are doing, I think maybe both of them are doing this. So they are playing the same at the beginning, the B. Just playing the 9th fret of the D and G down to the 7th fret of the D and G for those E and D chords. So you're playing the B bar chord. And then when it goes up to the E, I think one of them is maybe down here playing that E5 chord, but the other one you can hear up here. Get my camera in focus again, please, Dunsy. It plays this. Now what that is, essentially it's just this E chord but up an octave. It's the 12th fret of the bottom E and the 14th fret of the A string, playing that's the E chord. So the A is over to the 12th fret of the A string and the 14th fret of the D and G. Now the G, what he's doing is, it's the 12th fret, D and G, but you hammer on to the 13th fret of the G. Like a kind of bluesy thing. Back to the B. And even when you go over to that A chord, you could just play the 14th fret of the D and G strings, not bother about the open A string, just kind of dampen that with your hand. It takes a bit of practice, but you get there. So I will play the chorus slowly. So I mean, you could play all these chords just with like the 2 fingers. That'd be the easiest way, just playing power chords. Now you could also, on the E, how we're doing that bit up here, you could do that down on the G chord as well, which is a bit trickier, I have to say. So you're playing the E5 to the A, and then open G, but then hammering on to the 1st fret. So there you go, an easy song to play by Krokus from the album One Vice at a Time. Get this album on and get playing along with it. Start with this song because this is probably the easiest song on the album, and yeah, get it turned up loud. Unless there's somebody home and you're going to get in trouble and you're going to blame me, don't do that. So as ever folks, it's a privilege and a pleasure bringing you content on Dunsy's Guitar World. Cheers for now.